I'm Brian Van, and today we're going to start our review on the all-new Shoei X-14 helmet. I'm pretty pumped. February in Michigan, we've got a nice 60-degree day. I'm going to jump on the R3 and take it for a road test. Okay, the all-new Shoei X-Fourteen helmet sells from $681.99 and up. Depends on if you want a solid color like the white here or graphics. Look to the website, all the details are there. Multiple graphics, multiple colors, and as every year, more to come. Free shipping for any order over $40 to the lower 48 United States, which this certainly qualifies for. No restocking fee. Get the X-14 from us, wear it in the house before you ride it, and make sure you love the fit. That way, if you need to send it back for a return or an exchange, you avoid every hassle, avoid every fee. We have low-cost return shipping labels, helps you get it back to us fast and cheap. And now, we have our brand new STG Cash Rewards program. You're going to get 5% cash back on this purchase you can use on your next purchase at STG. Let's jump right into it. You can clearly see I went out and rode in it. We had a great 60-degree day here in early February in Michigan, which is certainly an anomaly, and I took full advantage of that and went out in the all-new X-14. Let's talk about sizing first. I measure 58 centimeters on the money, intermediate oval head shape. The sample they sent me was a size large. I put it on, and honestly, this large, because I am at the top of the medium scale, the size large gave me a comfortable road riding type fit. My preference is more of a race fit, which is really what this helmet is designed for. So for track riding, I would step down to the medium and get a much tighter fit. But use the information I gave you there for sizing. It's got an intermediate oval head shape, good to go. But I would say this runs a little bit to the snug side, and that's going to help you choose the right size. They've made a lot of claims with this helmet. Let's start off with some of the facts. Snell certified. We put this on our digital shipping scale today, and it tipped the scales at about 3.9 pounds. I'm not going to throw the word lightweight in there with that, but what I am going to say is you don't notice it when you have it on. Balance is really key with a helmet, and when it weighs, a few ounces more or a few tenths of a pound more, you don't notice it if the balance is right with the helmet. And I would say certainly with this helmet, they've got the balance spot on. They've boasted some brand new features with this helmet. The aerodynamic wings at the back of the lid, okay? There are optional wings that are available. If you're doing speeds of, say, 200 miles or over, you might want to look into the wings. For the rest of us mortals, not on MotoGP bikes or not riding the high banks of Daytona on a superbike, the stock wings should be more than adequate, okay? These, at that 200-mile-an-hour speed, could make it harder to do a head check, right? Look behind you to rotate while riding, so keep that in mind. Ventilation. We have 6 intake vents. Switchable vent here, switchable vent here at the brow, chin vent. This is really interesting. The lower portion here, that is for the ventilated cheek pads. Yes, they actually work. Yes, you can actually feel them when you're on the bike. Upper level here is going to bring the air into the helmet for diffusing purposes, right? To demist and ventilate behind the shield. Ventilation was very, very effective. While riding with the vents open or the vents closed, this helmet was really quiet. Definitely quieter than its predecessor, the X-12, which was a good helmet and a quiet helmet. Ventilation from this, definitely better than the X-12. I would put this right at where it should be for a premium race helmet in terms of airflow. One thing I definitely noticed, I was out on the R3, I rode it, around town, and then I got it up on the freeway. Definitely position sensitive, okay? When you're in a full upright position, there's airflow, right? But you lean forward just a little bit, put it more of a sport position like you're on track, the airflow would increase exponentially. So this helmet certainly was designed to be used in that position. Also new, for the aerodynamic purposes, we have some vortex generators here on the shield. The helmet ships with a flat race clear shield ready for tear-offs. It also ships with the pin lock insert, which I installed in this helmet. It was, about 60 degrees today, zero fog issues with the vents open or closed. Exactly what I would expect from the pin lock Evo insert. Brand new shield lock on this helmet. And you can see it is molded right into the shield, right there. Adjustability for the shield mechanism, so you're able to tighten it up as it fits against the gasket. This is a 5-position set screw right here. Okay, and you can see there are notches to indicate which position it's in. That allows the shield to be pulled back tighter against the gasket. If you're experiencing any wind leaks or noises in the gasket area, you simply adjust that screw, it dials it in, pulls it back. In terms of shield mechanism, push right there. On the trigger, it releases the helmet shield easily. Push it into position, like so. Very easy to use. Go ahead and take the shield off for the rest of this video. Now we're going to start talking about some of the features that are built into the interior of this helmet. Some very unique features with the interior. The helmet ships with a breath deflector. It's very moldable, right? It ships with a chin curtain, and it also ships with this chin bar extension that is also molded rubber, just like we showed you with the breath deflector. And what this is an extension of the shell at the bottom to further enhance the aerodynamic properties of the helmet. Emergency release cheek pads, right? You can tug on these, it'll release the cheek pads. Double D-ring closure. To remove the cheek pads the normal way, just get your fingers behind the back of the cheek pad in between the EPS and the pad and release the snaps. The interior of this helmet is position adjustable, so you're able to influence how low the helmet rides, right, horizontally. So if you want to increase the field of vision, say you're riding on a track where you've got some long sweeping corners, you need more vision up here. You're in a race tuck, you need that vision. You're able to adjust these snaps on the cheek pads. Okay, they come from the factory in their lowermost position, and I'll try and lower these down. This is not, I would say, the smoothest, easiest thing to do. So, I mean, it takes a little bit of patience, takes a couple of seconds to do this. And I don't think it's something that you would be doing very often. It would be kind of a one-off adjustment. Once you get the helmet where you want it, you would then just leave it right there. Kind of pull down a little bit there, and you can see I've got these now in the lower position, which would now bring the brow of the helmet down. I tried it in the stock position, and then I tried it again after I adjusted it. You can clearly see the difference. Without question, it raises the helmet a few degrees, enough that it's absolutely noticeable and opens up that horizon quite a bit. And I think for a lot of riders, especially on track, that's going to be really beneficial. And let's face it, we all have different shaped heads too, and this is really going to help, right? If you're one of those people that helmets typically ride a little lower on you, this is going to help you get that to a more normalized position, so you're going to have that enhanced field of view. So each cheek pad is adjustable like so. Also, emergency release, just pull on the red strap, they'll come right out. Pull the other cheek pad out. And now we're going to get our top pad out. This is adjustable also. And we'll show you the adjustment point here for the top pad. This was definitely a little more tricky to do. Here's the snaps here. They started up here in this position, and I rotated them down to the lower position. It was definitely a little tricky to do. What I did to facilitate it is I actually kind of released it back here, right, and then manipulated it like so. And then put this tongue back in the groove. Without a question, this works. Now, Shoei has also made adjustable pads. Okay, you see how this whole top pad velcros together? Okay, there are going to be adjustable pads available. They don't have all the details out on that just yet, but stay tuned to the site. We'll really articulate that at a higher level very soon when the information becomes available. But here in the temple area especially, you're able to really redefine the fit and make it perfect for you if you feel the need to do so. Of course, cheek pads, the whole lot, right? There will be options available to really dial in the fit. Shell, okay? It's their multi-layer, high-end composite shell. We have a use of 4 shell sizes, okay? Extra small and small, 1 shell size. Medium gets its own, large also gets its own, and then we are sharing 1 shell for extra large and 2XL. Inside the helmet, we have multi-layer EPS, even through the chin bar, which is of course EPS lined. We'll show you the airflow ducts right here. I don't know if you can catch that, Steve, but the airflow ducts for the ventilated cheek pads right here, those holes you see, that is where the airflow is introduced into the cheek pad in a number of different spots. And then corresponding holes will be seen here on the cheek pad material itself. They line up with that. You get the airflow into the cheek pads. Very cool. I'd also like to point out that you see how we have the molded areas here in the EPS line chin bar? That is great because it really helps to give you enough room to get your whole face in the helmet. I had 0 issue with any contact between my face and the breath deflector. If you're a communicator wearer or user, this helmet is prepped and ready. You're able to pull these little spacers out and you have pockets in there ready to accept any of the common communicator devices available today on the market. Okay, I rode in it. You saw that clearly, right? I went out and put a nice ride in this helmet. Everything they claim, I would say, is spot on. Great ventilation, amazing aerodynamics. Riding this thing on the freeway, we had some crazy crosswinds today because of the warm weather we're having up here in Michigan in February. Obviously got some fronts colliding. Even in the crosswinds with the traffic, cars changing lanes, got it up to, I don't know, maybe 90, and the thing was really, really stable. Okay, they made some bold claims there. I'll be interested to get it on the racetrack, and get those speeds a little bit higher, like, maybe Daytona-style speeds, and see how it performs. But far less buffeting, less lift, less drag than the X-12, and that's saying something because the X-12 was a great helmet. But clearly you can see through the aggressive shape in the shell and then the addition of this wing assembly on the back, they worked really hard at bringing to market a helmet that was aerodynamically better than its predecessor and on par or better with the competition. One area where Shoei always hits a home run is their fit and finish. Their tolerances are, I would say, in my mind, the best on the market. Their quality of components, assembly, build, attention to detail. I'm not saying the other high-end helmets are bad. I'm just saying that as compared to a Shoei, this is where Shoei really leads the way. Every little detail has been poured over for countless hours, and it shows in the final product. If you're a Shoei wearer, you like the Shoei product, you're looking for a new high-end helmet, I promise you the X-14 will not disappoint in any way, shape, or form. Something that's nice to note, this will accept the transition shield that is currently available from Shoei for the 1200 because they share the same base plate. This is the all-new Shoei X-Fourteen Helmet. I'm Brian Van, SportBikeTrackGear.com.